Ralph's classmates contacted me out of the blue and told me, 1. He killed a fellow classmate's dog by hanging him over a kitchen chair, and then proceeded to torment the child over the death of the animal. Ralph confirmed this on stream, but said the dog died on accident. The classmates clarify he wasn't wrapped around anything, he was hung off the back of the chair. There's no way, physically, for a miniature dachshund to have climbed up the kitchen chair and over the back of it. The classmates claim that Ralph made hanging gestures that indicated he knew this had happened before anyone could have. Ralph started openly talking about this after I asked him what had happened with the kitchen chair. He immediately knew what I was referencing. He changed his verbiage from hung to choked to get away from the fact that Ricky was hung. There's a reason for that. There's a reason Kitchen Chair sent him down this perfect recall of exactly who had this happen and when. And all these details. Unprompted, he went right into this 30-year-old story, which he just happened to have perfect recall on. 2. He put Sadie's puppies, his old dog, in the oven while off to keep them warm, and they asphyxiated. Ralph mentioned the shoebox, so that might be what they were thinking of. He clarified the shoebox went into the oven, but claims it was cracked open. P.S. Ralph keeps saying that the kid he tormented over the dead animal is Jewish and cannot be trusted. The classmates say that this is not true. It was a Catholic school.
He says something, a kitchen chair. I don't even know what that is.
I'll show you what's been marked as state.
A kitchen chair. Okay. I remember a classmate of mine, his dog hung himself on a kitchen chair while he was at school. The dude was a complete faggot. That's what I remember. And he used to leash his dog. I guess they used to leash the dog on the table or on the chair or some shit. And the dog got it wrapped around his neck and killed itself, but I wasn't there. It had nothing to do with that. I just remember that story from my youth. I don't know if it was this kitchen chair, though. But I don't know any other kitchen chair stories. They think I'm afraid to mention the term kitchen chair, apparently. I don't know.
In regards to item 113.
How does a dog commit suicide? Yeah, well, I may have told him that his dog killed himself because he hated him so much. That was a kind of a fucked up thing to say. But he had said some shit about me. I may have said his dog offed himself to get away from him. He used to always carry his dog around too, and like, he was one of those types.
It's actually 113.
Like carry it, physically carry it.
With item 87.
Okay. Various sub numbers of item numbers like that.
So item 1.
Noel says they said you gassed your puppies. Well, how much sense does that even make? And how would you gas puppies? Think about what you're saying here, Noel. Is that really the claim you're making? And is that the claim that Roth Aslan made? And will he put his name to that here today? Because I will 100% sue the fuck out of anybody making a ridiculous claim like that. That is the dumbest thing. How would you even... First off, how would you even gas a dog? Where would I get the materials to gas a dog? Where would... I don't even... Well, Roth Aslan, I do believe, is Jewish. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. And so maybe the Holocaust fantasies have overtaken his brain or what have you. But think about what you're saying and how would a third grader gas dogs? I don't even see how that comports with any type of reality whatsoever. But it's a shame that you didn't get that treatment, honestly, Noel, because that would have saved the world a lot of trouble and saved your mom a lot of pain for birthing such a malformed, maladjusted loser such as yourself. But the bad boy says, okay, Roth is definitely a Jew. Yeah, I mean, there's no way. That's really the allegation? Did I gas the puppies? That's really the allegation here. Think about what you're saying. Okay. So your big takedown of me is my Jewish. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Noah's big takedown of me is my Jewish ex-classmate claims that I gassed the puppies of the dog that I love more than anything on this earth, and I would absolutely support a genocide of this whole audience to bring back one of those puppies. And that's a fucked up thing to say. That's how much I love that dog. And I would a million times support it as far as Kiwi Farm is concerned. If they said we could bring back those 2 dogs today and they would be full grown and healthy, but you got to lose everybody watching this show right now, I'd say, well, I don't know. I might have to lose them. I definitely have to think about it. Let's just put it that way. It would be a very tough decision. And so if you're okay, that's going to be the takedown. Okay, all right. Please roll with that one. I really hope you do. And I'm completely terrified of the allegation as well, as you can tell. I had a stash of Zyklon B at the house, of course. What the fuck is this?
Is a DVD of crime scene images. So I had to sub-item, which is 113.1, the specific image on that entire CD or DVD of images. So 113.1 is the actual file or image 979 on the CD. And within that image, I had to then further sub-item 0.1.
See, he said you put them in an oven, you disingenuous faggot. My dad had them in the oven with the door cracked. It wasn't closed. It was so the heating pad would trap more heat in there. Not to burn them, to keep them warm, you idiots. It wasn't closed. The oven was open. This motherfucker literally having Holocaust fantasies, seeing the oven door. No, don't close the oven door. Oh! That's literally what's happening to this dude. Oh, not the oven. Oh! Not the oven door. Oh! Like, what in the fuck are they talking about? This is insane. Like, it literally is maniacal. I just can't even. And it wasn't my idea, by the way. It was my dad's idea because he was trying to keep the dogs alive. I didn't even know to fucking even try any of that shit with incubation and etc. They would have died that night if not for my father. Actually, this is one of my father's shining moments in my life. Was first off finding this dog Sadie for me to have, and second off, my dad went above and beyond. Actually, one of the greatest things he ever did in my life was trying to save these fucking dogs' life and doing everything he could to save these dogs. And like just completely altruistic, just trying to from my elementary school days, even try to fucking run that down. I slap the shit out of that motherfucker if I ever see him. That's period, point blank. Yeah, and I don't give a fuck. Clip that shit out. I don't give a fuck. The shit he's saying, yeah. Miss me with that shit, fucker. I guarantee you. It really is like one of the more low things I've had thrown around, period. Since I've been doing this shit. Yeah. It really is. It really is, honestly. But yeah, my dad was a saint for that and a fucking legend for that. Did everything he could. Shout out to Pops.
Individuals, is that correct?
That is correct.
And based on what you've just described, is it your testimony that as
They mentioned something about a roller coaster in your home?
to that mixture, there is very strong support that it is Ms. Josephson, is that right?
In order for this DNA profile to have been developed, yes.
All right. So
And quietly, Ethan, shut the fuck up. No, I don't give a fuck. Josh Moon can publish whatever the fuck he wants, and can look up elementary school classmates. I don't give a fuck. I literally don't. I'm gonna keep making fun of him. I'm gonna keep talking shit. And I will say this: be very careful, though. The types of things these motherfuckers want to come out and say better be backed by fact. I will say that. I will definitely say that. A private citizen in West Memphis wants to come out and start talking shit. You better have the evidence. Let's just put it that way. You really better have. I'm gonna say this very clearly. You better have the evidence. That's what I'm saying. Any bullshit you're trying to make up about me, it would not be a good idea for any of those motherfuckers. I'll tell you that. I'm not talking about Josh Moon. I'm talking about them in particular. So, yeah, that's my word to them personally. That I will be coming after anybody for some fake bullshit that's put out there. Yeah, for sure.
What is that?
And I literally don't even know. Like, I don't even know what they could be talking trash about or anything. You know, I got suspended from school once when I was in the 3rd grade because I got in an argument with another kid. I'm trying to think what else big could have happened. I pissed behind a dumpster once at school and got in trouble for that. That was kind of funny. I'm trying to think what else. Because we were outside and they wouldn't let us go in to go to the bathroom, so I just pissed behind the dumpster like I did at the house. So I'm trying to think of what else. I played with gasoline behind my house when I was a kid. Had started a little fire that the neighbor had to jump over and put out, but that wasn't at school. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I really don't know. But I will say if it's some fucker putting their name to some fake shit, that would be a bad mistake. That would be a bad mistake for them. So yeah, I'll just point that out to all the homies back home for sure. But I literally can't. I don't know. Who knows? But yes, feel free to say whatever you want, talk to whoever you want. But that's my word on it. I don't really know what else you expect me to say, really. And he knows what he did. I literally don't have any clue what you're talking about. And I'm quite sure if it's you, it's something fake. And if you're bad, just go ahead and say it then. If you think it's something like really epic, go ahead and say it. You won't because you know you're full of shit. Literally the only thing I could possibly think about that would be some crazy thing for my elementary school is I got in a fight with some dude in the 3rd grade and bit him, which is kind of wild. I bit some dude, but that's because we were in a fight, and you know, when it's a fight, I think everybody knows my personality, that I don't give a fuck in the first place. So I was kind of raised with street fighting rules where if it's a fight, anything goes. But yeah, I guess that would be the craziest thing that I could possibly think of from my childhood. Like those years, those elementary years. No, not an ear. It was his arm. Like he had me like this, and I like bit his arm. I mean, it's a natural reaction. It's like, take a bite. And that was 3rd grade. That was like 3rd grade. So that's really the only thing I could possibly think of. I don't know. But if you got something else, please bring it to the floor. But, you know, you better be accurate with whatever bullshit you're trying to peddle. That's all I'll say. I mean, I think that's pretty clear. But literally, that's the only thing I could think about. That was on the arm.
Thanks for watching, guys. And remember, 1 like equals 1 prayer for the dog that Ethan Ralph mercilessly murdered. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you for the next premiere, guys. See you later. Mwah. Also, shout out to the guys in the premiere chat. Big kissy weesies for you guys. Thanks for showing up, guys. Mwah. Love you, baby. Love you.